What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. This is the video you've been waiting for all month long, my entire horror movie collection. That's right, it doesn't matter if it's steelbooks or regular Blu-rays, you're going to see it all. My entire horror movie collection, one of my biggest genres in my collection now, and that is something to say because a few years ago I was not a horror movie fan. I stayed away from them like the plague. I would watch a couple of horror movies here and there, but now I'm totally into it. So I'm very excited to show you everything that I have in my collection. If you are excited to watch this video, hit the red subscribe down below as well as the like button, but most importantly, that notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Now I'm splitting this up into 3 different sections: steelbooks, slipcovers, and then regular Blu-rays because I have so many. I'm working with the 2-table situation here. I could not fit everything onto one table. Plus, that's exhausting. So we're going to break it up into 3 different categories. I'm going to whiz through as quickly as possible because I don't want an hour-long video. Trust me, this could be an hour if it wanted to because I have so many movies in my collection. So let's start it off with the steelbooks, of course. You know I'm the steelbook queen, and I love to show off my steelbooks. So first off, we're going to start with Halloween. Obviously Halloween. It is one of my favorite movies of all time, but also my favorite movie of the horror genre, that tied with Scream. If you are fans of this channel, then you already know that. You watch this channel, you know that already. I love Halloween. So we have regular John Carpenter's Halloween, 1978. Like I said, I'm going to breeze through here. Halloween 2, pick this up at FYE. Plus, I've shown these before, so let's just speed through these steelbooks. We have Halloween 2018. There we go. Another version of Halloween 2018 I got at Target. And then, yes, unfortunately, Rob Zombie's Halloween. Picked this up as a blind buy at FYE. Next up to another classic movie, horror movie you should have in your collection. If you do not already, I have 2 copies, and that is Psycho, one of the original slashers. So this one I picked up originally when it came out first, and then this one recently came out this past year. So you gotta have them both. The addiction is real. The sickness is real. All right. What is a horror collection without Friday the 13th? We have part 1 and part 2. Part 1, Kill Her Mommy, Kill Her Mommy. I gotta say it, I love it. I'm actually going through the Friday the 13th collection right now. Watched part 4 last night. I'm totally loving it. Totally loving it. Next up is Pet Sematary, the Mondo Steelbook. Picked this up at FYE on my hunt with Dave and Tony. That was a lot of fun. As well as Slumber Party Massacre, this cheesy movie from, I believe, the 80s. Anything cheesy is from the 80s, pretty much. One of the best steelbooks of this past year, and that is American Psycho. I've showed it off before, but I'm going to show it off again. Look at this slipcover. It's amazing. I love it. Totally love it. And it has the business card on the inside as the artwork. It's great. Speaking of the Friday collection, here we go. The new Friday the 13th 8-movie collection steelbook. Picked this up a few weeks ago. I have no regrets. I wasn't going to pick this up at first, but I'm happy that I did. I am enjoying it. Plus all of those movies I'm enjoying so far. Train to Busan. Got this from Tony P. I still haven't watched that one yet. It's on the list. I picked up Mandy at Best Buy with Nicolas Cage. I heard it was a horror movie, so that's why I put it in there. But maybe it's not. I don't know. But from the steelbook, it looks pretty horrific. All right, Spiral. Picked this up when it came out. There we go. We've got Child's Play with Chucky. Nothing really on the back. Kind of plain. Got that from HamiltonBook.com. You can pick up some great items off of Hamilton Book if you guys have not ordered from there already. We've got Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And original Nightmare on Elm Street. My Bloody Valentine, one of my favorite steelbooks. This is like art right here. It looks fantastic. Look at the back of that. I love this. Obviously, I'm going to watch that again for Valentine's Day because why wouldn't I? Then we have An American Werewolf in London. Look at that cover. That is amazing. I jumped on that when I went Blu-ray hunting with the boys. Then we have A Quiet Place, the Mondo. Whoops, sorry, I made some noise. With the lights, there we go, with the red lights. I love that, how that looks. And then we have the Less Than Stellar A Quiet Place Part 2 Steelbook. But that is okay. A steelbook is a steelbook, and I enjoy having it in the collection. I think it looks better in person than it does online when you see it. Next up, what would a horror collection be without 2 copies of Shaun of the Dead on steelbook? I first got this one at Big Lots because it was only $5, so I picked it up. I'm not going to refuse a $5 steelbook. But then I saw this one at FYE. It's about $6. Way better cover artwork, and it gives it some personality. I love that back. That back looks great. Then we have the real Nightmare on Elm Street, the reboot. The reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street. Really bad movie, but the cover artwork kind of makes up for it. Like, that's better than the movie. Not really. Like, it really doesn't make up for it. All right, next up, Trick or Treat. What is a horror collection without this movie? Experienced it for the first time last year. Really enjoyed it. Just recently watched it again for the month of October. Now, I consider Jaws a horror movie, but I don't feel the same way with the sequels. Not with 2, 3, and 4. For some reason, with this one, it's the most horrific movie out of the 4. Technically, if you want to go with horrific, I should put Jaws the Revenge in here as well, because it's an awful movie. Very horrible. But no, this one just feels like a horror movie. You're on the edge of your seat the entire time. Like, I've seen it so many times, and I still feel like that when they're out at sea. Let's not get into details. More movies to show. I'm trying to go so quickly. Plus, you've already seen all my steelbooks, so I want to breeze through. We have Rocky Horror Picture Show. I absolutely love and adore that movie so much. Ghostbusters. I'm excited for Ghostbusters to come out on 4K if the rumor is true. Then we have my busted ass Shining that I got at FYE. The spine is broken, but it's got Jack Nicholson looking psycho on the back. Even though I did not enjoy the movie all that much, the steelbook is pretty cool looking. I know, I did not enjoy The Shining. Got a lot of hate on that. Okay. The Thing. This one just came out a few months ago, so had to pick that one up. One of the best horror movies of all time. Yes, I have The Conjuring. I still have not watched it yet. Sorry, Rob. We have Shutter Island. Now, this one is more psychological than straight horror, but it rides that fine line because of the creepness factor. This movie is extremely creepy. So that's why I put it in. Not every psychological movie is in here. Like Seven is not in here. That's more psychological than horror movie to me, like a more psychological crime. So I didn't put that in. But this one has the more horror movie vibe to me. That's why I put it in. So a lot of psychological movies, like last year I had The Lighthouse. I'm not putting in The Lighthouse this year. It's more psychological. I've grown my collection, so I have more stuff to show you. That's why. That's really the reason why. All right, we have this godforsaken thing, Evil Dead 1 and 2. Oh my God, those movies. I honestly have no words. Little Shop of Horrors, the musical. Love that one. We've got Saw, people. We've got Saw. Then we have Beetlejuice. Yes. Awesome steelbook with Michael Keaton, all crazy as Beetlejuice. We have Corpse Bride. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be super scary. Horror movie is anything that includes vampires, werewolves, ghosts. It doesn't matter if it's straight horror, bloody, gory, or animation. Anything that is a horror-esque kind of movie is in the collection. Hocus Pocus. Case in point example right here. There's witches, so it goes in the horror pile. And I just love it because it has Binksy on the back and I have a black cat. I've said that so many times, but it's true. I love Sleepy Hollow. Love that movie as well. Recently we rewatched it. We've got Blade. How can you not have Blade? I do this every time. I know I do it every time. There are vampires and werewolves in here, so it has to go in here. I'm sorry. It just does, okay? I don't want to get hate over that. They're in there. And then steelbook section ends with it. This is a great looking steelbook. Love it, love it. All right, so the next category is slipcovers. All right, we are back. So now it is time for me to show you everything in the horror collection with a slipcover. And obviously I'm going to start with the Halloween 4Ks. This was the most anticipated buy in the month of October. I was fortunate enough, I pre-ordered them. They all came on release day in the mail. I could not believe it. I know a lot of other people were having problems and issues with shipping, but I, knock on wood right there, I was so lucky to get these on time. But now karma has bit me because my Scream Steelbook is still nowhere in sight from Amazon. I'm still waiting on that one. But let's talk about Halloween. We have the first Halloween. These are great covers because they are hard. No one expected them to be like this. I think we all thought they were just going to be regular slipcovers, and they are hard cases. Definitely worth the money in the pickup. So here is Halloween 1. I'm not going to show every detail because I've shown these in prior videos. We have Halloween 2. We have Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Probably the best cover of the bunch because the colors, the green, the orange, it just pops out. It's great looking. You have all the pumpkins in the back on the TVs. It's looking fantastic. You have Halloween 4. I personally enjoyed Halloween 4 a lot. It was my first time watching it and definitely going to watch it again soon. And then Halloween 5. So definitely, those are the most awesome slipcovers of the bunch. We also have from my friend Tony. Did not have to do this. He was so awesome and gifted me this for my birthday, actually, amongst other things. So incredibly generous. The entire Chucky collection on Blu-ray. And it's so funny because I was about to buy this at some point and Tony and I are just linked at the head. What can I say? And he went ahead and gave this to me. So thank you so much, Tony. I have not watched any of them yet, but no worries. I will get there. Trust me. Then we have the Universal Classic Monster Collection on 4K. Recent pickup from Best Buy. I haven't watched any of these yet. Possibly later on tonight or maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I'm looking forward. And this is the base of horror. This is where it all started. These movies right here. So I'm looking forward because I haven't seen any of them. All right, moving on to The House on Sorority Row. Oh my God, I love a cheesy Velveeta slasher. This definitely falls into that category. Then we have a new one that I just unboxed the other day. Scream Pretty Peggy. It's got Betty Davis in it. So looking forward to watching this one. You know me, I love slasher movies. In that same unboxing was Misery on 4K. So excited to finally have this. The cover is awesome. It just screams Christmas time with all of the snow and the winter. So I'll probably be watching this in my December watch list because of the snow factor. But it's definitely a horror movie. I mean, it's a horrific experience. If anything, it kind of borders horror and psychological, but I figure the experience is so horrific, especially with the hobbling scene. It's a horror movie. I mean, it's by Stephen King, so it's a horror movie. All right, Survival of the Dead with the cool lenticular slipcover. Pick this up at the Dollar Tree. Then we have The Dead Don't Die. That one was interesting. You'll hear about it in Never Seen It series video. Then we have Sundown, The Vampire in Retreat. I haven't watched that one yet. I've got the Psycho collection because it's got this slipcover. So there we go. So there it is without the slip. And there is the slip. Looking forward to this one. I'm thinking about putting it in the November watch list because that is a Freaky Family, right? So Freaky Families is kind of for November, Thanksgiving. So I'm going to put it in there, I think. Then we have Wrong Turn, the latest Wrong Turn. Picked that up for, I believe, $9 at Walmart. The Forever Purge. I have all the other ones, so I picked up that one. Don't say anything. No hate comments. Then we have The Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it a horror movie? Does it fall into Halloween or does it fall into Christmas? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this movie. Surprise, surprise. I'm probably going to watch it again, maybe for a December watch list for the Christmas factor. I don't know. I'll give it another chance and we'll see if it can change my mind. The Invisible Man. Love this one. Extremely creative with how they revamped it. Now we've got It Chapter 2. This next one is a very underrated movie, and that is The Hunt. Not a lot of people talked about this one. This movie came out right when the pandemic was really surging and going into full gear. This was one of the last movies out in theaters before everything shut down. So this movie did not get a fair chance. It's a very short movie. I don't even think it's an hour and a half long, but I enjoyed it. It's a good time. It's weird. It's quirky. If you like movies that are not conventional, this one is for you. So give The Hunt a chance. If you can find it for a decent price on discount, I say go for it. And you probably should because it's been out for a little bit. Then we got Happy Death Day 1 and 2. 1 was good, 2 not so much. Those are just my quick thoughts about those. Then there is Zombieland Double Tap. There we go. Kind of a repeated plot line of the first one, I gotta say, but overall, it's enjoyable because of the reunion. Everyone that became a big star came back for this one and did the sequel, so that is awesome in my opinion. Then we got these. Seance and Initiation. Enough said. Moving on to The First A Quiet Place. Ready or Not. Love this movie. Creative. I went to the theater to see this. Original concept. Those directors are responsible for our next Scream movie. So if you guys enjoyed Ready or Not, you're probably going to enjoy the next Scream. John Carpenter's Vampire. Sent to me by a subscriber. Thank you so much for sending this to me. Love this movie. When a Stranger Calls. Disappointed in this one. Freaky. Then we have Dr. Sleep. And ending with Dawn of the Dead. I enjoyed this one. The ending is just what really got me. It felt incomplete for some reason. But overall, I enjoyed it. It's a good movie. So now we're getting to the rest of the collection, the regular Blu-rays. Rounding out the horror movie collection, we are talking regular Blu-rays. So we have the 3-pack Halloween collection. H2O is okay. It's not bad. It's the best out of this 3-pack collection. But then we have The Curse of Michael Myers. Definitely bottom tier. Technically Halloween 6. Paul Rudd is in this movie. I think it might have been his very first movie. But then you have Resurrection. Really, really bad. Like worst of the worst, bottom tier of Halloween. But I'm glad I have this one because now I have all the Halloween movies in some form of physical media. So I'm happy that I have this one, and all 3 of these were in the same collection. So that's good. Then we have Ravenous, gifted to me by a subscriber. Also in The Mouth of Madness, also done by John Carpenter. So I'm looking forward. I obviously enjoy John Carpenter's material. April Fool's Day, you know when I'm going to be watching this. I'm a sucker for a theme. So on April Fool's Day, I will be watching April Fool's Day for the first time. Then we have Silent House with Elizabeth Olsen. I haven't watched it yet, but I am looking forward to doing so. Prom Night with Jamie Lee Curtis. And then we have Terror Train, the double movie night that I had. Oh my gosh, Jamie Lee. Oh man, you don't have to bother with Terror Train. Prom Night is passable. It's okay. It's very cheesy Velveeta. It's not bad. Terror Train, you can just bypass that one and you're really not missing out on anything. Trust me. Then we have The Wicker Man, gifted to me by a subscriber as well. And Sorority Row, kind of like the remake reboot of House on Sorority Row. I enjoyed them both. You know what they are. They're cheesy Velveeta goodness, and that's all that matters to me. You have a good time with it, and I'm all for it. Why is there noise? It's like 7:30 at night. All right, moving on to a new pickup that I got from Amazon. The upgraded 4K version of Dracula. So I have Bram Stoker's Dracula on 4K. The other one that I have, you'll see it's got like a wrinkly cover. It's not the best, so I need to upgrade to the 4K. Especially for $15, I'm going to do an upgrade. Then we have Deep Rising, another gift from a subscriber. You guys are amazing and so generous. Here it is. Here's the wrinkly cover of Dracula. You see all these wrinkles on the front? I don't know what's up with that. I really don't. But now I have 2 copies of Bram Stoker's Dracula. We have a double pack of The Fog and The Howling. The entire Saw collection. I still have only watched the first Saw and Spiral. Believe it or not, I cut out everything in between. Have not watched them yet. I'll get to it eventually, no worries. Picked up Hangman at Dollar General for, I believe, $2.95. Army of Darkness. Considering how I felt about Evil Dead 1 and 2, I'm not really jonesing to get to this one anytime soon, so we can kind of wait on this one. I'd rather revisit other horror classics, to be honest. We got the Blade trilogy. I know the second and third kind of get, well, I believe the second one is okay. The third one kind of gets a bad rep. I'm going to watch it, judge for myself. We got Tales from the Crypt, Bordello of Blood. There we go. Gifted by a subscriber. Same thing with this one, Demon Knight. So I have 2 Tales from the Crypt that I've never seen. I have a Criterion. I have a Criterion horror. Well, I think it's a Criterion horror. Diabolique. Because when I read the back of it, it says before Psycho, Peeping Tom, and Repulsion, there was Diabolique. So if those are obviously horror movies, then this one, I'm going to assume, is in the same category as well. So I believe that's my only horror Criterion that I have. We got Candyman from a subscriber. Well, Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh, which I believe is the 3rd installment. We got the 4 movie collection of The Purge. We'll just move on from that one. Okay, it's a werewolf, so it's in there. We have The Thing. This is the original, well, the Kurt Russell Thing, because I also have the remake, prequel, whatever. We have Us. I put Us in there because this kind of rides the line, like I was talking about, between psychological thriller and horror. I put it in there because it's kind of horrific. And the same thing with Get Out. It's more on the horror side, so I put it in there. I put it in there because there's ghosts. Okay, that's the only reason. You could also say because it's a horrible movie. It's a horror, so there we go. Gremlins! I put Gremlins in because this also rides the line. Is it a horror movie? Is it Halloween or is it for Christmas? What do you guys think? Do you consider Gremlins a Christmas movie or a Halloween horror movie? I'm curious to know your opinion. Let me know down below in the comments. We'll just bypass one down too. Halloween 1978. I have 3 copies of this, so I am all set for physical media for Halloween. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters on Blu-ray. Eventually I'll upgrade to the 4K when it's cheap enough. We've got Hellfest. Hereditary. Whoo! I finally watched this. It blew my mind. Let me tell you. Toni Collette coming out of those curtains. Jesus. Hocus Pocus. I guess. I know what you did last summer, even though it's not that scary. Interview with the Vampire. Regular. Original It. There we go. I can't talk. I never can. Jennifer's Body. Watched this recently. It holds up. It's good. It's a cheesy movie, but whatever. You know that going in. All right. 30 Days of Night. Fantastic vampire movie. If you guys have not watched that one, it's always on sale at Best Buy. I highly recommend you picking it up. American Psycho on Blu-ray before the Steelbook came out. Black Christmas. We've got Bloodfest. I'm just perusing, like just shooting through these right now. Bride of Frankenstein. Great early movie. Fantastic. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We got Cabin in the Woods. Oh, I was all about it. And then again, that ending just did not land for me, unfortunately. We got original Candyman. Loved it. Carrie. Not so much. I mean, it's okay. I enjoyed Candyman way better than Carrie. We got the rebooted Child's Play. We got the original Child's Play. We've got The Craft, because there's witches. Dark Shadows. Deadly Friend. I was enjoying this one, and then unfortunately, I fell asleep like 3/4 of the way through. I'm going to finish it. I really want to. I put in Disturbia. It's been a while since I've seen this. I put it into the horror category, but it probably doesn't belong in here. It is probably more psychological than anything, but oh well. I put in Edward Scissorhands because it just has that horror vibe. It's got Vincent Price in it, so it goes in. I know it's not scary or anything. We got The Faculty. Next up is The Exorcist. Don't Breathe. I enjoyed that one. Not bad. The Wolfman. Trick. Don't bother. Don't bother. Keep your dollar, because you can find that at the Dollar Tree. Keep your dollar. You don't have to get that. We got original Zombieland. Rosemary's Baby. Woo. The Shining again. Silence of the Lambs. Sleepaway Camp. Oh, that ending is crazy. The Witch. This movie is so mental. This is like a psychological horror movie. This movie just, I don't even, it's fantastically done. but is just so off the wall and weird. But Anya Taylor-Joy, man, she puts out a performance that is incredible. She's amazing. She's so good. We got World War Z, Young Frankenstein, You're Next. I enjoyed that one. It was all right. It wasn't horrible. Krampus. This also rides the line between Halloween and Christmas. So what do you consider Krampus? I guess it's both for me. The Lost Boys. just throw that one away. Misery on regular Blu-ray. Got The Night Stalker. Oh my gosh. Where's my Scream movies? I feel like it's taking forever to get to Scream. We have The Project. I got this from the Dollar Tree. It kind of looked like a horror movie, so I picked it up. I think it is. Cujo. The Night Strangler. Haven't seen that one yet. Case 39. It looks kind of creepy with like a ghosty vibe, so I put it in the horror pile. We've got the Underworld movies. First Underworld, and then the entire collection went on sale, so I picked up that. Still haven't watched it yet. Cloverfield. Paranorman, because he looks like a little Frankenstein, I guess. Here's the rebooted The Thing. We have the rebooted Pet Sematary. Lots of reboots here. Held. I'm not really sure about this one, but considering it's like a home invasion movie, if The Purge is considered a horror, then I guess this one falls into the same category, so I put it in there. Haven't watched that one yet. Same with Mayhem, but this is a horror comedy, it says, so there we go. Put that one in. 10 Cloverfield Lane. The Cloverfield Paradox. I'm assuming those are all horror movies. Ah, here we go. Here's my bread and butter right here. You know, you guys know I love the Scream franchise. You know that. It doesn't matter if it's 2, 3, 4 or original. You gotta love Ghostface. I'm still waiting on that freaking steelbook, but I love my Scream movies. Last but not least, I'm gonna hang my head again because you know what it is and you've seen it before. Okay, and that is everything. That is my entire horror movie collection, from steelbooks and slipcovers to regular Blu-rays. I am exhausted, and now I got to put all of this stuff away. So let me know down below, what is your favorite horror movie to watch during the month of October? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.